take on one devotion. Check out the groups gearing up to start the season's longest phase next week. Meet the Euroleague's tallest player and top performer in the regular season. Marvel at a Euroleague rookie showing why he's considered a born scorer. And learn how one Euroleague club thrives in the world's biggest basketball market. For the second consecutive season, the tallest player in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague suits up for Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade. Boban Marjanovic is also one of the stars of the competition. In the regular season alone, he has been B-Win MVP of the week twice, collected 7 double-doubles, and leads the league in rebounding and performance index rating. Being tall helps, but there is a lot of work that goes with it to become a dominant player.
I don't want to look like I'm tall and I play basketball for that. I think I have some moves and I work on my moves and on my running, on everything. I'm better and better at that. People expect, oh, it's easy for him, but you must work on that.
Marjanovic debuted in the Euroleague in 2010 with CSKA Moscow in his first year outside Serbia. That season, CSKA did not make it to the top 16 for the only time this century. Marjanovic left and finished the season with Žalgiris Kaunas.
This is important for me because before that I watch on TV and I just have a dream when a kid, oh, I want to play Euroleague, I want to play Euroleague. And this is maybe too many wish, I burn in that wish.
When Marjanovic returned to Serbia, former Euroleague superstar Dejan Milovic helped him to start developing into the player he is today.
I work with he been a great player. Now he's a great coach, Dejan Milovic, and I work with him. He backed my confidence. This is good because everything what's happening is some reason, and reason for that because I some learn what I don't learn in out of my country.
There is much more to Marjanovic's success than just practicing hard and regaining confidence. Marjanovic has found stability at home.
Family support you, like my wife and kid, and it's much easier to show on the court. And when you're nervous, you come home and see your kid smile and go to want to hug you or kiss you. This is all nervous, it's gone.
And he now watches a lot of video to improve his moves, which helps him get better every day.
Sometimes I watch my game and I see a very big mistake and I try to be better in that. You cannot fix everything, but you can help you to don't make mistake like you make in other games, or to work on something like some move.
Marjanovic is one of the most unstoppable players in the competition. His height allows him to reach higher than anybody. But he also has great hands and is able to execute his moves with great speed around the basket. He can dunk almost without jumping and has polished a good array of post moves, highlighted by a very effective jump hook. Does Boban Marjanovic have a limit?
I have a coach who work with him, and when we start practice, he say your limited sky. And I sometimes when it's hard, when on game you cannot score nothing, you cannot defend nothing. Sometimes I say that I'm back in when I be a child, and I play just to go on the court and you play basketball. You enjoying that. This is my word, what I talk every time.
The top 16 are round the corner. Let's look at the teams that make up Group E. Think of Real Madrid and high-scoring entertainment pops to mind first. Indeed, Los Blancos scored the second most points in the regular season, thanks to the league's highest three-point shooting accuracy and lowest turnover rate. Pushed by two explosive Sergios, Rodriguez and Yui, at point guard, Madrid withstood the absence of another superstar, Rudy Fernandez, to win their group. New big men Gustavo Ayllón and Andres Nocioni will be key. But it's Felipe Reyes who leads this team's mission to reach a third consecutive Final Four, this one at home in the Spanish capital. New look FC Barcelona, which proved successful as ever in the regular season, losing just one game by 2 points in overtime, now moves resolutely forward behind two of the best top 16 performers ever, Juan Carlos Navarro and Ante Tomic. Apart from their long-time running mate Marcelinho Huertas, Barcelona will rely on youth and newcomers, from the explosive duo of Alex Abrines and Thomas Satoransky to consistent forwards Justin Dolman and Deshaun Thomas. All will be key to Barcelona's quest to keep its streak of 9 consecutive playoff appearances going strong. Reigning champion Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv got stronger as the regular season progressed to finish second in its group after finding a new force around the basket in Brian Randall, the competition's best shot blocker so far. In the backcourt, it's no surprise that returnee Jeremy Pargo gave Maccabi points, but he's also one of the league's top assist makers. Led by experienced winners like high-flying Alex Tyus, always steady Devin Smith and competitive Yogev Ohayon, all of whom relish rising to the occasion, Maccabi can be expected, once again, to continue improving as the games get even bigger. Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade earned its first ever qualification to the top 16 thanks to many factors. Biggest among them being the competition's tallest player, centre Boban Marjanovic, who leads all Euroleague players in both performance index rating and rebounding. Marjanovic can thank Marcus Williams, who dished the most assists in the regular season for some of those baskets. Youngsters like Luka Mitrovic, Jaka Blažić and Nikola Kalinic filled in the blanks with all the energy any team could ask for, while the team's sixth man, its fans, assured that Crvena Zvezda will be just as tough in 2015. Panathinaikos Athens qualified early from Group C by winning its first 4 home games by an average of 17 points, as several players took turns in the limelight. Sweet shooting AJ Slaughter is the team's highest scorer, but its undisputed leader is Dimitris Diamantidis, who became the Euroleague's first 1,000 assist man this season. His passing targets include veteran bigs Esteban Batista and Antonis Fotsis, young guns like Vladimir Jankovic and Nikos Papas, and the effervescent James Gist, all of whom will be on call to help the Greens try to reach the playoffs. Despite needing a last-minute rally just to sneak in, Žalgiris Kaunas pushed forward to the top 16, counting on its great mix of veterans and young talent. Long-time inside sentinels Robertas Javtokas and Paulius Yankunas guarantee solid rebounding and shot blocking, while ever-ready sharpshooter Arturas Milaknis ranks Žalgiris high in accuracy from long range. With the regular season's third-best scorer, James Anderson, filling in the blanks, and a host of young guns like Lukas Lekavicius learning every day, Žalgiris is sure to fight the good fight, as always, in the top 16. By knowing how to recognise and seize a sudden opportunity, Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul earned its qualification in the very last regular season game, and so enters the top 16 with new life. With Zoran Erceg shooting well from everywhere, and veteran playmaker Carlos Arroyo knowing exactly when to step up, Galatasaray doesn't lack for points. It also gets a boost from recent arrivals like do-it-all Vladimir Mitsov and ready-to-rock Patrick Young. A year after its first unexpected playoff run, Galatasaray aims to get there despite the odds once again. Resilience and togetherness were the keys to Alba Berlin reaching the top 16 in its third consecutive opportunity, despite starting the season with 3 defeats. Alba steadied itself around top-notch interior offense as rookie Jamel McLean and veteran Marko Banic became one of the Euroleague's surest two-point shooting tandems. Reggie Redding supplies a little of everything, even helping assist makers Cliff Hammonds and Alex Renfro get the most out of Alba's talent, a trend that they would do well to continue in the top 16. When it comes to entertaining fans and doing business, one Turkish Airlines Euroleague club does not limit itself to its own city, country or even continent. Alba Berlin is a pioneer in bringing European basketball to China, where it has joined its main sponsor, a recycling technologies giant, in search of new opportunities.
Why China? It's a simple answer to that question, because China is the biggest basketball market in the world. There are more than, or around about 400 million people playing basketball.
Alba launched its China initiative by holding the team's entire 2011 training camp in Beijing.
It's not like you fly over and the next day you do business. So it's kind of, as I guess in most of the countries in the world, it's kind of you have to develop a network, you have to develop the brand name, etc. So this is the Alba way of doing it.
Next, Alba engaged 10,000 Chinese university students in Germany with ticket promotions and their own basketball tournament. Back in China, agreements with schools and basketball associations for youth tournaments and clinics provide ongoing exchanges that showcase Alba's basketball expertise.
We do not believe in, just putting the advertisement somewhere or working together with an agency and that's it. I think that first of all we have to deliver something, and what we can deliver is our know-how. They were very interested how we are approaching things, how we are carrying out things, especially in the junior sector, but also how we organized and structured our marketing. And we have an exchange on all these levels. And again, I think that without doing this, the credibility of Alba Berlin would not be there.
Instead, Alba's credibility in China is so solid that German Chancellor Angela Merkel presented President Xi Jinping of China with an Alba Berlin jersey.
He was quite happy, since he told me that he's involved or he's a fan of basketball, so that was quite an event. And Angela Merkel is following Alba Berlin also since 20 years, since the time when she was Minister for Environment in Germany.
This season, that same Alba jersey features an association of Chinese metal manufacturers as a sponsor.
I hope that a lot of companies now see what Zhongde, this is the name, is doing, and maybe they will also have some interest then to grab this chance to promote themselves via sports. Through what we have built, we can offer a very interesting platform for Chinese companies or institutions who are interested to promote themselves and to show themselves in Germany, in Berlin, in Europe.
On the basketball side, Alba's CEO can see the day coming when an added benefit of this initiative will be Chinese pros playing on Euroleague courts.
We do our own scouting in China, so we know the players, but of course Chinese clubs and also I think the federation would like to have their best players in China as we like to have our best players in Germany. But I think that it's not so far away that there will be, let's say, a bigger exchange of players than it is now.
Andrew Darius Gaudelok landed in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague with some impressive credentials. As the 2014 Euro Cup MVP, expectations were very high for the 26-year-old. but the Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul guard has risen to the challenge to become one of the highest scorers of the Euroleague so far. Scoring points has always been one of his strengths.
My senior year in high school, I was averaging about 26 points. I've always been able to shoot pretty well, and with the rest of my game, it started to develop a little bit, and I'm a little bit better scorer now. Something that just happened. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I'm glad it did.
His offensive talent emerged last season in Europe when he managed an average of almost 20 points per game for Onyx Kazan, although he had already earned a reputation as a sharp shooter on the other side of the Atlantic, in a Los Angeles Lakers shirt, where Kobe Bryant had nicknamed him Mini Mamba.
It's a big honor, man, because I watched him growing up all the time, and for somebody like that you really looked up to, when you finally meet him, for him to give you that kind of title gives you a lot of confidence in yourself.
Goudelot, whom the Harlem Globetrotters once coveted for his shot-making prowess, is completing the evolution of his game, adding court vision and passing to his phenomenal talent as a shooter. On top of that, Goudelot's defensive determination puts him up with the Euroleague's best stealers. He took no time whatsoever to settle down in Europe, although it does help when you are blessed with a pure talent.
The style of game is a lot different here. The speed is a little bit different, things like that. The way the game is played is different, but when it comes down to it, it's all the same, man. If you can score, if you put the ball in the basket, you can put it in the basket, whether it be here, the D-League, NBA, Harlem Globetrotters, I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Talent is nothing without the right dedication, however. Completing the same move 10, 100 or 1,000 times may be tough, but it's never in vain. And when you love the game, the effort almost becomes a pleasure.
I used to practice for 8 or 9 hours a day. Like when I was a kid, my mom would just drop me off at the gym and I would play, until nighttime. And I would be exhausted, but the next day I would go do the same thing. I think the repetition really helped me out, because that's all I ate, slept, and think was basketball. You really dedicated yourself to it. You get good results from it. And when you practice and you really watch yourself and you watch other guys and try to learn, you have no choice but to get better.
Andrew's scoring ability means he has always attracted attention, not only from the fans that adore him, but also from his opponents.
It's not really pressure, but the responsibility is a little bit tough, because teams do come, guys try to beat you up, they try to push you a little bit, they try to get in your head, provoke you, do little things. So just try to keep a level head, keep trying to get better, learn as every game goes on, and eventually I'll get where I need to be.
In his first Euroleague season, Goudelot has already collected 2 weekly MVP awards. One came after a road win over Bayern Munich, in which he set a new competition record with 10 three-pointers made on his way to 34 points, marking a breakout moment for a Euroleague newcomer with plenty of belief in his own ability going forward.
I've always worked hard on my game. That's always what I wanted to be. I was a little bit short, so people always told me, hey, you need to be a point guard and try to do this, try to do that, but that's really never where my heart was at. So whenever I went to play basketball, I did what was natural. It was just kind of natural to me. It just came. What I feel in the game is what I do, and it's been working out for me.
8 teams will battle it out in Group F. Let's run through them one by one. CSKA Moscow posted some of the best regular season shooting numbers this century to become the Euroleague's top-rated team entering this top 16. Before he was injured, Milos Teodosic led the Euroleague in assists by aiming his passes to big men Karl-Heinz and Sasha Kaun, who rarely missed. Nando De Colo and Aaron Jackson more than covered Teodosic's absence, while scorer Sonny Weems and energy booster Andrei Voroncevic completed a dominant display that lasted the entire first phase and did nothing to diminish CSKA's status as a clear favourite going forward. Olympiacos Piraeus marches into the top 16 after winning its regular season group in dominant fashion, behind super serious defence and an unshakable leader. Vasilis Spanoulis remains the Euroleague's pre-eminent go-to scorer, while big men Bryant Dunstan and Brent Petway anchor the Reds' third-ranked defence. A rock-solid backcourt features maturing former champs Kostas Loukas and Vangelis Mansaris, while a bench brigade with veteran Oliver Lafayette and dynamic teenager centre Dimitris Agravanis offers fans plenty to be optimistic about as the Reds seek their 10th consecutive trip to the playoffs. With a 6-game winning streak to finish one of the toughest groups ever seen in the Euroleague, Fenerbahce Ulker arrives to the top 16 with great momentum. Andrew Gaudelok, the second-best scorer of the first phase, gives Fenerbahce the luxury of steady offence, while do-it-all Nemanja Bjelica has risen to new heights of versatility. Jan Vesely is back in his stride as a double-double waiting to happen, and the backcourt tandem of Ricky Hickman and Bogdan Bogdanovic shows better chemistry every day. It all adds to an unbelievable supply of energy, athleticism and talent for a very ambitious Fenerbahce Ulker. Great team chemistry, despite using a lot of young players, allowed Anadolu Efes Istanbul to reach the top 16 early and contend with Real Madrid for first place in their regular season group. Led by Dario Saric and Milko Bjelica, no less than 8 players regularly sharing the scoring load. Saric joined veterans Stefan Lazme and Stratos Perperoglu to make Efes the Euroleague's second-best rebounding team so far. With the steady presence of point guard Dante Draper running the show, Efes awaits the return of veteran centre Nenad Kirstic from injury to help keep the good times rolling into the top 16. A late 3-game winning streak in the regular season returned Laboral Cucha Vitoria to its habitual place in the top 16, as new players like Davis Bertans and Tornike Shengelia started finding their way under long-time club veterans like Fernando Sanemeterio and fast-emerging floor leader Thomas Hertel. The all-new front court also features a pair of solid rebounders in Colton Iverson and Kim Tilley, who were joined late by shot-blocking ace Mirza Begic, whose presence helped shore up Laboral's defence for the challenges ahead in the top 16. With an all-out style of crashing the boards with abandon, Unicaja Malaga set a Euroleague regular season record of 15.6 offensive rebounds per game and reached the top 16 early, despite losing its last 4 games. Big man Vladimir Golubovic leads the rebounding charge, but gets plenty of help from jumping jack Mindaugas Kuzminskas and defensive ace Carlos Suarez. Shooter Ryan Toulson and playmaker Jason Granger help fill the basket, while the interior tag team of Will Thomas and Caleb Green will be key to Unicaja's playoff hopes. Its Euroleague debut couldn't have been more charmed as Nizhny Novgorod won 4 of its last 6 games to reach the top 16. The last 2 of those victories came without Taylor Rochesty, the regular season's overall leading scorer. But Nizhny never lacked for a leader with do-it-all Terence Kinsey on the floor. Neither did it lack for strength in the middle, with Artyom Parahoski blocking shots and Trey Tompkins ripping rebounds. Homegrown workhorse Semen Antonov helps balance a roster that can now plan to surprise people some more in the top 16. EA7 Emporio Armani Milan will try to recreate its magic playoff run of a year ago by getting its many talents to shine simultaneously. Chief among them, playmaker David Hackett has added long-distance shooting to his well-known ability to penetrate. In the paint, Samardo Samuels continues to get better as one of the Euroleague's best offensive rebounders. A newcomer, Joe Ragland, makes Milan among the safest teams with the ball so far, while young captain Alessandro Gentile brings the fire that could make Milan a team to watch out for once again. The first round of the top 16 has a foot in each year, starting with 2 games on Tuesday and rings in 2015 with a Super 6-pack on Friday. Olympiacos Piraeus will fly to Spain to meet Unicaja Malaga in the game of the week on Friday. In the spotlight, a solid test for point guard Jason Granger against Euroleague superstar Vasilis Panoulis, and another stellar duel between Fran Vasquez and Brent Petway, two shot-blocking masters. In a Group E Classic on Tuesday, Panathinaikos Athens will host reigning champion Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv in what will also be a great individual matchup of assists and pure talent between Jeremy Pargo and Dimitris Diamantidis. Friday will see an enthralling challenge in Belgrade, Crvena Zvezda versus Real Madrid. In a great battle under the boards, Boban Marjanovic, the top performer of the regular season, challenges the last weekly MVP of the last round, Ioannis Borousis. Also in Group E, Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul welcomes Žalgiris, and Alba Berlin takes on FC Barcelona at home. All of Group F will be played Friday, starting with a recent classic between Fenerbahce Ulker Istanbul and host CSKA Moscow, the only undefeated team from the regular season. It's a clash between master and pupil coaches too, as Željko Obradovic takes on his longtime assistant on the bench of Panathinaikos, Dimitris Itoudis. On the court, expect sparks to fly among such exciting players as Jan Vesely for the hosts and Sonny Weems for CSKA. Laboral Kucha Victoria and Anadolu Efes Istanbul both want to get off to the perfect start in their top 16 campaign, and much will depend on the performances of their respective leaders, Toma Hertel and Dario Saric, or from two great veterans like Fernando Sanemeterio and Stratos Perperoglu. Group F will be completed by EA7 Emporio Armani Milan, hosting Nizhny Novgorod. Stay tuned and we'll see you next week.